Alright, fuckers, wonderful. Welcome back to artwod Cute Bots Workout, right? Artwod, the go-to draftsmanship platform. I just realized that I was just having a good old conversation with my best friend, ChatGPT, son. And, I mean, it's actually a very good tool. But I was just looking into the fact that why my brain was so dead today, right? And it's just a cumulative effect. I've genuinely been pushing it so hard when it comes to spatial reasoning for the past couple of days. Basically, me doing all of this shit resulted in me not being able to do this because like this was super difficult, right? And like really hurt my brain. So that's why I'm struggling so much to even visualize. I literally can't think of boxes and cylinders. So I tried recording earlier today, and by earlier I literally mean fucking 15 minutes ago. And then I looked online with the whole GPT trying to figure this out, and it basically said, well, your brain will rebound, right? Give it some rest. So I'm like, but can I still keep pushing it? And GPT was like, of course you can still keep pushing it. Brain will adapt. I'm like, so I either rest and it rebounds, or I push it further and it adapts and rests and rebounds. So here we are. This is I'm just gonna preface this fucking quote unquote episode of practice with the fact that everything I'm gonna draw will be shit, right? My brain is probably going through a period of fatigue for the next 2 to 3 days, and yeah, this is the part where we need to push even further. So let's fucking get these hinges down. Let's push it even further. Let's prove to ourselves that we can fucking just excruciatingly push into this drawing, right? And do it even while our brain feels like garbage, right? Let's just prove it right now. Let's just do it right now. And it's gonna be amazing. It's genuinely going to be amazing. It's actually going to be very difficult. But it's going to be a good type of difficult. Right? There you go. Start with this. Right, I'm already struggling. There. And then we have... Right? I'm just trying to keep the box in mind. There you go. Okay. Let's see, something like that, right? What does this hinge look like? Literally, what does this hinge look like? I have no idea. I literally have no idea. But this is the part where, dude, my brain literally can't. It's amazing. My brain actually cannot think about anything. I genuinely am. It's so blocked up. Like, I actually can't think about anything. This is incredible. And I think the perspective is changing, but I'm gonna try to bring it back to let's see. That's the hinge. There you go. And maybe we have a shape right here. There you go. Perspective's a bit back now. Nothing perfect, but a bit back. I'm just trying to think. Well, maybe we could just do something simple, right? Well, let's see. There you go, something like that. That's my hinge, I guess. Doesn't really make much sense. But yuck, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Not that I needed to make the goofy noise. That doesn't even make any sense. My brain really is dead. Okay, let's bring the perspective back. Let's bring the perspective back. Try to really make this hinge make sense. Right, this is the way it's rotating. This is how I've covered it. I don't know why my pen's being so weird. There you go. And we can even have, let's see, what shapes can we have? What shapes? And I think the biggest, obviously, always the bottleneck is the shapes, right? But this is what I'm just going to prove to myself, is no matter how dead my brain is, I absolutely will push it beyond its limits. I will. I 100% will. I have no other choice, right? I am as average as can be. I don't have the liberty to fucking dick around and be like, whoop-de-doo, oh, my brain's hurting, oh, I guess I'll take a break. No, I said no, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that shit. Because I can't. I literally cannot afford to do that. Right, let me look at the examples they've provided. Again, if that's the perspective, maybe I can change this. And again, like trying to think about this in different perspectives, right? Let's see. This is where an understanding of form combinations comes into play, which I don't have the best understanding of, let's be very clear. But this doesn't look like a hinge at all. Yeah, my brain is clearly not working. But it's okay. Well, we'll just leave this one. Like, I mean, I made it very clear that whatever I put out right now is going to be garbage. So I just got to keep trying to make it make sense, right? Okay, so that doesn't really look like a hinge. I feel as if I could have done better with this shape here. Yeah, there's nothing hinge-like about any of these. And this won't make a difference. Oh, and this was much bigger. What the fuck did I do here? I guess I definitely fucked up the perspective, that's for sure. Oh yeah, it did. It was supposed to be like this. See, that's already better. Okay, cool. But let's try again. Fuck the brakes. let's do one more before I rest my brain. I am going to push this to the absolute limit. I literally can't think of anything. This is the first time, I think ever, or like a very, very, very long time, where my brain just can't think of anything. So that's the best part, is where I'm just going to force it to start thinking of things. Because think about it. If it can't think of anything, if I'm able to create something while it can't think of anything, doesn't that mean that I'm just increasing its capacity to think of things? Because this is the worst situation, right? This is absolutely the worst situation that I could have as an artist, which is that my brain can't think of anything. Right, but here I am, still drawing, still quote-unquote thinking of things. Right, and here I can do another covering. Let's see. Let me look at the mech example again. Let's see what these guys got going. Okay, something like that. So let's see. I wonder if I can do something like this. And if it'll still make sense form-wise. There you go. Oh, it does. Nice. Okay, cool. So we have our little hinge, right? And now we just need to think about the forms that attach to this hinge. So that's my one box. Now I just need to think about, and again, I'm trying to think about the perspective. I'm trying to rotate it in my mind. Let's see. Okay, because I gotta think about how this rotates, right? I gotta think really hard about how this rotates on this axis. Like, what shape will allow it to have that little rotation? You know? Let's see, let's see, let's see. Okay, I'm thinking really hard. And I'm getting really hard. And thus, with Green Lantern's might, let's see what I can come up with. Hold up. I'm just trying to think of something. Okay, okay, like, fuck everything else. I'm like thinking too much about this. How can I, because this is the perspective I've established. These are all like the angles and stuff, but how can I, there you go, something like that. Okay, so we got a little bit more structure now. And now I need to think of shapes which can influence this. Hold up. How about something like, something like this. Hold up, I just need to think about the perspective. Sure. Why don't we do something like that? Just to make sense of all this. Hold up. Okay, and then we could try something like this. Right. Cool. And then, okay, well, I guess we'll just do this. Something like that. There you go. So it's like it rotates and it maybe attaches. Right? Maybe. I was just trying to attach this to this. I don't think it works. But I tried. That's all that matters. That's all that fucking matters. Oof, I really tried with that one. Even though it's fucking complete garbage, right? Let's see. Right? Make these arrows better. Jesus, there you go. Okay, now let me rest my brain. Okay, I'm just gonna keep fucking pushing it. We're gonna keep pushing it. Fuck this. I'm not gonna let my tiredness get in the way of greatness. Bars. Everybody remember this line when I'm God. Alright, let's keep going. Fuck. Not my sticky note that I haven't used in fucking 3 weeks. No, people must be really confused. Like, okay, he said he was all in on memory drawing, and then he said he was going to do like the abstract shapes, going that. Now he's not doing any of that, and he's just practicing hinges. Well, it's a lot to think about. Okay, I'm gonna try to implement it back into the thing. Trust me, I want to, but as you can see, just fucking trying to figure out a hinge is killing my brain. So give me a break, man. All right. Let's see. What else can we do? Let me look at more examples. Right. When in doubt, just copy. Just copy other people. Okay, that's a pretty... Well, I'm looking at an actual hinge right now, so that's a pretty good way to go about it. So, let's see. Man, mech shapes are hard. Just trying to imagine what this could be like. Just trying to think. Which is evidently beyond me right now, but doesn't matter. I'm gonna try anyways. Let's really push our brain, actually. Let's really fucking try to get this going. Okay, so I got the perspective. Okay, let's try something. Just trying to get the perspective down. Wait, shit, never mind, I lost it. I was doing the complete opposite way. There you go, now the perspective. Okay, okay, let's try something. And you'll notice, like, I'm starting a lot with these diagonals, right? It's not that I'm trying to only draw these diagonals, but I do like the shape. Don't get me wrong. Okay, and then damn, these lines, man, they're too thin. Just something I never thought I'd say, but let's see, how do I want this to be connected? Right? Okay, we'll try something like this. And then we'll do something like this. And then we'll do something like this. Oh, fuck. Yeah, there you go. And then we'll... Okay, that's the thing it's connected to. Right. Something like that. Okay. Okay, well, we got something started. And then what? Well, let's see what I can do here. if I try to think of the examples for the mech stuff that I've seen, right? It's, well, let's do a little bit of single rounding because we haven't done that in a while. And then we could do something like this, right? Let me just think. I'm thinking, fam. Let's see. I'm trying to figure this out. Oof, I can't visualize anything. I literally cannot see anything. Can't even think of any ideas for shapes. But if we want to hinge it, hold up. Could do something like this. Try to think about it from a different perspective, right? Let's just keep the perspective in mind while I do this. Ooh-wee, that's so painful. Oh, fuck, that was a huge fuck up. I say fuck, that was a huge fuck up, but internally I'm like, haha, I'm so good, haha, I'm so happy, oh, errors, right? That's how we do. There you go. Okay. And then now we got this. So we gotta... This box is like that. So honestly, really what it is... Then I can just bring it down. And then I can do... Bring up here. Ta-da! You see? It's going in! Holy shit! Right? And I want to obviously add more things to this. To add, to make it more, I guess, structurally sound. Okay, I lost the perspective, but I got it back. And then, let's see. There you go. So it pushes it inwards. And what else can we do? What else can we do? That's just a basic hinge. And there I got that side. Think about it from the other side, right? So I got that pretty decently. Maybe we can just do something like this to kind of make it seem like it's all attached. Right, I don't know if that's gonna work per se, but we can try. Yeah, we can try, that's for sure. There you go. Just trying to taper this. I don't know if it worked. I don't think it did. Maybe it's just foreshortening. Always chalk it up to foreshortening, but it's a mistake. It's a mistake, don't worry. I'm well aware that it's a mistake. Right? We could even do something like... There you go. And to kind of make it seem as if, oh, look, it's fancy. Just add... Dude, I'm like fucking rotating my head while I do this. That's not good. So that is so... Like, what am I doing? My head's been fucking sideways. That is not good. That is just training me to not be able to see the perspective. There you go. This is okay. This is okay. But hey, now it looks like it's connecting, right? Now that looks like, although I do wish I made this a bit more obvious, right? That it's going in there, but hey, not bad. Okay, I'm gonna rest my brain. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep fucking going. All right. All right, let's look at that artwod example again. Improve your mech designs with these simple assignments. That's the title of the video. Again, they don't have this in their cute bots workout for some reason, but hey, at least the video's up on YouTube, right? And he calls it more advanced. I just think it's relatively intermediate, the exercise, but it's basically this. These are the exercises. These are not advanced. These don't, fucking if I can do them, they're definitely not advanced. Jesus, right? Oh yeah, perspective was off here. It was supposed to be going other way, but whatever. Anyways, let's get a new perspective going and let's think about how we can combine these interesting boxes together. Let me do something very simple. Let's just literally do something as simple as possible. Oh, I said as simple as possible, and then it ended up being not simple at all. But hey, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Right. And then... Well, let's finish this off first. Try to keep the perspective in mind. And then we got right here this coming out a little like that, then like that, I believe. Yeah, because like, oh, true, it is coming out a little bit. There you go. Yeah, and then we got this, so it's like that. Cool. Now what do I want to do with this shape? There's actually quite a bit I could do with this shape. But what do I want to do with this? What do I want to do? Well, first, let's just continue establishing our perspective. And we can actually change the shape up a bit. There you go. Why don't we do something like that? We haven't done something like that in a while. Right? I'm actually still ideating on how this should be attached while I do this. Right? But I think it's pretty straightforward in like how it should be attached, to be honest. Because clearly, let's see. How do I actually want to do this? I need to stop saying shit like it's obvious, isn't it? Because it's never fucking obvious, and I'm always like, what? What do I do? The plight of an artiste. Here, let's add some little ellipses. Always makes it look fancy. But let's see. See, let's really hurt our brains here. It is. Maybe it can be something like this. Right? And this is the part where thinking about it from a different perspective really helps. Let's see. I'm trying to. Maybe I want to do something relatively complex, but I need to think about how I should go about it. Which is the difficult part, of course, but I know for a fact, actually, I want something like this. Hold up. But again, it needs to be like, how does it connect? Right? How does it... And this is where I look at examples, you know? Because I just need shape inspiration. That's the one thing I've always been lacking is... this is shape inspiration, right? So if I just zoom in here, yes. It's like fucking, I'm just a genius, right? I can just look at images and be like, oh, I see. Of course I understand. I'm a fucking god. Why wouldn't I understand? Okay, I actually think I kind of understand. Okay. I think I'm going to be spending a lot of time on this one. Because I want to do something very, very complex. So let me look at that. I might actually have to do multiple hinges in this. Or maybe not. Well, let's start with this. There you go. Right. We can do the same thing on the other side. Actually, maybe we can. Jeez, what an abysmal line. There you go. Okay, now I just need to see how do these things attach. Okay, so we got something like there you go. Something like that. Right, which I don't know how the fuck I'm going to show that here, but there you go, whatever. Okay, I really, really, really want this to make sense. Let's see. Okay, so we can do something like this, maybe. Okay, so I got this shape. Right, and how can I attach it to this other shape? Well, we can maybe just do something like... Right. something like that. Damn, none of this is really making sense. Why don't we just do something like this? Just bring this down over here, so at least there's some sort of cohesion in between these parts. But how can I make it attach? What are the different things that can be done? You know what? There's this one hinge that I see here that's so fucking complex. I'm probably going to study this as my next hinge and just... I think it's a really good hinge because it's a multiple factor. Like, it's a very complex hinge and it has many, many different things going on. Yeah, I think that's the next step, is to get inspiration for my hinge designs, because it's going to change a lot of things. I have a feeling, or at the very least, it's just going to improve my spatial reasoning, which is always a win. And I'll be able to go back to memory drawing as well, right? But, okay, let's see. How can I... Because I want something here. I had that in mind. Let's see. Something like that. Okay, let me just try to there you go. Let me just try to mimic it, right? And actually, we could also do something like this. And I see it in this example a little bit. So we could, again, keep it very simple. We could just do something like this. Right, where it's kind of attached. And we have to make little hearts of shapes. That also looks pretty hingy, but again, there's a specific purpose to all of this that I'm trying to do, right? And it's involving this thing, which is what the hinge is all about, like, which is what it's going to push it to. Let's see. Hold up. Maybe there's a different way I can do this. This is so fucking difficult. I love this. Let me think even harder. Fuck this shit, bro. Fucking brain is all tired and bullshit. Let me think even harder. Fuck this. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm trying to think. So we got that. And maybe, let me just look at these examples. Okay. This isn't exactly what I had in mind, but I'm just trying to think. if there's anything else that can be done, because this hinge still doesn't feel like it's being pushed into anything, but actually, maybe it is. There you go, and the other thing's happening. It's happening right here. Same thing is happening right over there. Right? Okay. I can accept that. I can accept that this is being pushed, and this is the hinge that's controlling it all. Right? I can accept that. It's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. Let me just... There you go. It's like that. Right? We're pushing it that way. That's where the hinge is going. These things are attached to it. Obviously, these shapes could have been a lot more defined. And I'm gonna rest my brain. Okay, I really tried for that one, even though it was ass. At the end of the day, it's all ass, but I made a lot of mistakes, which I'm happy about. Oh, let me fix this as well. There you go. It's fine. It's okay. Anyways, let me rest my brain. Okay, I have an idea for something very simple. Very simple. I don't know why my voice sounds like that. I have a very simple idea. I wanted to draw it here, but I don't know if it's gonna be too small. But let's try to visualize this and just fucking do it to the best of our ability. I'm trying really hard to see this. If my brain doesn't want to visualize, I'll just force it to. You know what I mean? And there we go. We can just end it right here. Well, I had to make an adjustment because I fucked up, but it's fine. There you go. Well, now the perspective doesn't really make any sense, so I guess I'm just gonna have to do something like this. It doesn't really make much sense anymore, but ideas are ideas, and you have to commit to them. That's basically it. That's literally all I had in my mind. But we can take it further. Right? Something like that. That was really hard to see. Definitely didn't do it properly. Yeah, definitely didn't do it properly. Holy shit. Okay, we're leaving that. This is. Oh man, my brain is not working. But that is why I'm gonna keep going. We're gonna keep pushing this shit. And we're gonna keep pushing this shit. And I think next session. Jesus Christ, my voice. I think next session, I'm gonna copy this extremely complicated hinge. And that should hopefully give me some ideas as well. Right? Because there's so many different compartments to this that it actually works very well. And there's going to be a good amount of problem solving to be done as I draw it too. So yeah, that's fucking difficult. Okay, let's go. Let's do, how much time do I have left? 15 minutes? Okay, let's do one more. Yeah, fucking pain. Let's do this. Good pain. Friction. Sorry, not pain. Cognitive friction. That's the word we use. Okay. Like, I keep doing the same shapes, so I need to break out of that as well, right? This is why we need inspiration, because can't be using the same shapes all the time. I have to. Well, am I using the same shapes all the time? I mean, everything looks pretty different, but I guess for me, it feels like I'm using the same shapes all the time. So let me look at some examples. Yeah, see, these are so fucking cool. These are so cool. I don't know. Like, I guess it's just trial and error on how people ideate these things, right? It's crazy how they can do it. But I'm just gonna keep trying. One thing I'm trying to keep in mind is the fact that these people are using very tiny components, if that makes sense. Right? Like they're all or a lot of them, or at least some of the, like mainly the example I'm looking at right now, actually I should just be more specific. But it's, well, I was going to connect this, but we can still do that anyways. Yeah, they're using, it's the same concept. They're just using very small components. So like instead of using one big cylinder, look, it's like one cylinder with little cylinders attached to it with another cylinder up top. Like that's what I'm noticing is the main, and I like that. I actually like that quite a bit. So I'm going to steal it, right? It's the only way to fucking get good is just to steal shamelessly, right? And already I think it's starting to look a bit more I guess legitimate, but it's the one thing I'm noticing. And again, I don't know if this, I don't know who the artist is, unfortunately. It's fucking Pinterest. Pinterest never goddamn gives any sort of what is it, credits, right? Or very rarely from what I'm seeing, you know? So what can you do? Right? Like oh shit, that's too small. Like a double hinge, right? Is stuff like that. But really, this is the main hinge. So now it's just like, okay, how does it connect? You know, how do we connect things to that? Well, if I look at this example, let's see. If I look at this example, well, okay, well, this person's using more than just a hinge. They're using hinges and pivots together, right? So that's pretty difficult. I'm still literally just doing one hinge, like one thing that's fucking, I guess in this case, well, let me just draw it. It's like this, right? This is the way we're hinging. Like, that's the way we're hinging, you know? Well, actually, I should probably start doing my arrows like this. I think that will help a lot more than, like, this is a lot better, right? Like, now you know, like, that is actually 10 times better. Why the fuck have I been doing it like this? That's probably just confusing people. Obviously, it makes sense to me because I'm just drawing it on the same axis. Yeah, that is this is not helping. I should have done it like this. Right? There you go. That probably already fucking helps so much. Helps me too. I don't know why the fuck I've been doing it like that. Look at that. That already makes so much more sense. But anyways, in terms of this shape, right? Let's do something like this. Right? And then trying to take inspiration from the shit I've seen on Pinterest. And we can just make this, we can literally just make this the shape, right? And it's attached to this. We can just do something like, there you go. We can just do something like that. And we can bring the shape much further back. Right? And we can bring it back and then we can do something like this. Right? Because why not? It's not as if it won't create some sort of interest. And oh, I have an idea. We can do something like this, right? Little cylinder that is essentially what I'm trying to do is like it's attached to where the fuck this shape is. Right? That's my little hinge. Actually, perspective could have been a lot better on this one. Definitely could have been a lot better, but we will leave it as this. Yeah, dude, what the fuck? It could have been a million times better. Okay, we'll leave it at this, and then we will... Okay, like, how do we want to push this hinge in? Well, we could literally just do something like this. Right? Like a little button. And just push it in. Even have an indent. And that is what's going to... Wait. Hold up. If I push this, it's gonna be... How much time do I have left? 54 minutes thus far? Okay, I can really think about this then. Right, so if I push this... Right, if I push that in, it doesn't really make sense in terms of the hinge. Right? And it's not fucking centered, which pisses me off. But if I push that in, that's my one shape. This is my second shape, right? I need to make sure that it makes sense. This thing is coming out as well over here, right? It's like that. And it's coming out like this is where the other side is of this. What is this line? That line should not be there. What the hell is that line? What the fuck? I guess I'm gonna add a line like that then. What the fuck is that line? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Whatever, it's coming down here, right? So my question is, in terms of the hinge, right? If you push this, if you rotate this, right? This thing's gonna be going all the way underneath. Like it's gonna be like whoop. So if anything, should there not just be something that accommodates that here? Like right here? Something like literally like this. Right? Yeah, there you go. Okay. Now we just need to make sure that these things look like they're relatively connected, right? There you go. Okay, cool. That does look pretty hinge-like, to be honest. I do feel like that makes sense. Like, okay, it's connecting. You know, it's going through there. Right? And then here, we'll just add a little. There you go. We'll add it on the other side too. Don't want to make this guy feel left out. Okay. I guess that's it for now. I think next session we're going to take a step back and we're going to improve our spatial reasoning and our hinge understanding by specifically memorizing two very difficult hinges. There's this one that I'm looking at which is insanely, crazily fucking difficult, right? And then there's another one that's also, and it's attached to like a fucking space shuttle closing thing. Not a space shuttle. It looks like an observatory, and it's like a giant sphere lid. It's literally like this. Like, let's just, if this is the simplest representation, this is the hinge, right? And this is like the giant fucking thing attached to it, right? But this hinge is like there's like a million things there. Okay, and obviously it's a much more detailed and larger picture on Pinterest. But yeah. Okay, well, you know what? This is good. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all of them were very difficult, and I killed my brain, and I'm still really trying to figure out hinges. But again, it's knowledge, right? I've been trying to figure out hinges, and while there is some logic that's been attained, you know, like here, even though I don't understand it really well. Oh, my girlfriend's calling me. Well, good thing this video is almost over, baby. Woohoo! Although this is going to be a missed call, so she'll have to deal with that. But I feel as if I'm definitely starting to understand the logic. Like here, there's... Like, in general, the logic is starting to get there. Even if some things like this, like I'm trying to connect them, don't make sense. But that's how you learn. I'm happy I did this third hour. Because before this, I tried recording, and I literally could not. I'm like, I almost gave up. But then I'm like, fuck this shit. ChatGPT got my buck. And now we're here. But yeah, I'm going to spend the next 5-6 hours memorizing and understanding these really complicated hinges that I'm looking at, and just it's going to improve at the very minimum. It's going to improve my understanding, and it's going to improve my hinge anatomy, if you want to call it that, right? And I can use those. I feel as if using these as a base is going to be a lot better because they're already so complicated that anything, even taking half or part of those hinges, is going to help. Did spending 3 hours on the hinge prior to this help? I think so. I understood how they it did help because I started thinking in terms of rotation and stuff. Right now, this is just the next level, which we're really, really struggling with. So now we need a hinge that's more complicated at the next level that will improve our understanding. So amazing session. I don't think I broke through anything today, but I definitely I'm just happy I fucking pushed myself with these 3 hours of practice today, right? And I hope you push yourself as well. And I hope that, you know, when I am God at art, or just really, really good, I guess, like 5-10 years from now. I love this. I just keep saying 5-10 years from now. Even 3 years later, I'll be saying 5-10 years from now. This channel's never blowing up. But whatever. If and when it does, because I'm still very cocky and confident that it will, right? that at one point, fucking hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, are gonna be watching my content. There'll be a few thousand watching this video in particular. To those of you listening, yes, you see this today. Could not fucking think. This video, the video prior to this, and the video prior to that. So this video and the past two videos, I could not think, and yet I still showed up and I still fucking did my best, even though it was killing me. And this is literally all ass. So with that being said, I hope you tried your best, and as always, I fuck you for watching. I keep drawing. Money.